Smash Up is a card-based hand management and area control game released in 2012 and designed by Paul Peterson with art by Dave Alsop, Bruno Belixa, Francis Rico Torres, and others. The goal is to gain the most victory points by playing cards to score bases. To set up, each player selects two different factions consisting of a deck of 20 cards each with both minion and action cards in them. These factions are shuffled together into a single deck of 40 smashed up cards. Then the base cards for all the factions in the current game are shuffled together into a base deck. Reveal and place bases from the top of the base deck equal to the number of players plus 1. Each player draws a hand of 5 cards, and the starting player is chosen randomly. In Smash Up, each player is trying to place the most powerful minions at bases to score the most points available. The game is played over a variable number of rounds during which each player will take a turn with the following steps. Resolve start of turn effects or abilities. Play up to 1 card from each of the 2 card types. Check for scoring bases, draw 2 cards, and resolve end of turn effects or abilities. As previously stated, the 2 types of cards are minions, which have a power value in the upper left corner and usually an ability, and actions, which have only an ability. Minions are played to the active bases, adding their power towards the breakpoint value of the base. Once that value is reached, the base will score at the end of a turn, and players who have minions there will earn victory points based upon who had the most, second most, and third most power. Scored bases are replaced, and the game continues. Actions can be played on bases, on minions, or for an immediate effect, depending on what the card's ability says. The game ends at the end of any turn in which a player has reached or exceeded 15 victory points. If there is a tie, play continues until there isn't, and a definitive leader emerges. It was around the time that I purchased my 5th or 6th expansion for Smash Up when the thought occurred to me, I might have a problem. Not a problem with the number of games I owned, or even a problem with my driving need to own all the things for each game. No, my problem was one of storage space, of room to add more games, and of the shelving to house them. So I made designs. I bought lumber. I built shelves. I solved the problem. For a time. The more I add to my collection, the more the itch grew. There is a sublime joy in peeling the plastic shrink off of a stack of cards and flipping through them to see the various punny names, obvious references, card synergies, and art design. And seeing all those cards neatly ordered in that weighted companion cube of a box fills me with nerdly joy. My simplest hope is that by sharing the games that I love, I can infect others with even a microbe of that joy. And if my contagion metaphors didn't drive you away, well, it might be too late for you. But if you're down with the sickness, then I'm always game.